Bandwidth for today's show is brought to you by SoftLayer.com. We love SoftLayer here at Talkapolis. They are the greatest hosting company ever. They make everything easy. Check out their website at SoftLayer.com. Thanks again for sponsoring the show.
Talkapolis, the social media TV network for your city.
Today we've got Hannah, who's also a host here at Talkapolis. We were just talking off camera and found that we had a few fitness-related questions, and we had plenty of answers from Brandi that came up, so we thought, why not get it on camera? So here we are. Hannah, go. Tell us what your frustration was.
Well, I'm the type of person, I do best in a class environment. From what I found, like I've done gym memberships, and I'm terrible at keeping myself disciplined with that kind of stuff. Like I did one of those 24-hour gyms at one point, and I literally spent like 6 months paying for the gym and went in maybe twice.
Never went. Yeah.
In those 6 months, because I go in, I see the equipment, I'm like, oh, this will be fun. Okay, I'll do this one for a little while. And I even like got to the point where I set out a game plan. I had like all the things I was supposed to be working on. I was supposed to spend this much time doing this, and I couldn't focus. I couldn't do it. So then I started exploring more like group exercise options. I happened upon Muay Thai, and that actually really stuck with me. I tended to stick more with that because it was a class environment and offered a challenge, because there's a challenge of the technique and training to fight. Right. Even though I don't ever plan on fighting because
but it's movement. It's
of
good.
my chosen career path.
It's good exercise, yeah.
Yeah, but it was great because it gave me the discipline. I was in the group environment, so I had that to kind of feed off of other people and really push myself. And, I do other different group fitness things around town. I'll go to this one boot camp just, whenever I want like that extra boost of burning some extra calories and
kicking.
Pushing myself for an hour. They're nice there though. They don't like yell and call you mean names. I couldn't do that. I don't like that. And yeah, like I've tried some other things around town. I've tried like hot yoga. I've tried like hot like cardio kickboxing and
yeah. No personal training?
No personal training?
No.
So what makes you, what's made you shy away from personal training?
Honestly, for me, the prices, because it tends to be like, like with the gym, the 24-hour gym, even though I never used it, it was like $35 a month, for like going whenever you wanted. Or like, a lot of other gyms, it'll be, between $70 to like $100 or something, to come in unlimited and work there and do classes. Or, well, the boot camp is a little bit more expensive than that, but I'll buy like a package of classes and then use it over like several months, because I just go in like once in a while for that. And so, because I've known personal trainers and stuff, and I love them to death. I have friends that are personal trainers, but I'm like, I don't really have $35 an hour to be paying you for this, so... Yeah.
And, a good option sometimes I tell people, they say, oh, the cost is expensive. Most class memberships in town cost more than 2 days a week with a personal trainer for a 30-minute session. Like we do 30-minute, 45-minute, and hour-long sessions. So you have some options. I do that not only for the financial reason, but also for the psychological reason, because an hour is a daunting task to someone who is not used to working out with a personal trainer.
Yeah.
So 30 minutes, 45 minutes, not as intimidating, and it's a cheaper option. It's a less, it's a lower cost option. But even if you wanted to consider you didn't want to see a trainer once a week or twice a week, you could consider seeing someone maybe once a month to guide you in your gym membership stuff. They can go, okay, Hannah, you may want to try doing X, Y, and Z this week 1, and do, A, B, and C week 2, and those things.
Yeah.
That may be helpful, and it would be less costly, and you would get a good professional opinion.
Yeah, I think that's definitely important. I know sometimes I tend to overexert myself, like doing the heated, like cardio, high intensity kickboxing. I like way overexerted myself because I didn't realize how much I was exerting myself in the heated environment. And I think because I already had that experience with Muay Thai, I was just like, okay, I'm just going to go at this like I always do. And
the heat took it out of you.
Yeah. The heat takes it out of you.
Took it out of me.
That's one of the reasons that I love being a personal trainer, is that I get to, one-on-one, I can go by perceived exertion, your health history, what I know about your body, because I work with you all the time, and go, okay, Hannah, I can look at you and tell, Hannah's getting a little worn out. We're going to back off, these squat jumps or whatever we're doing, and we're going to move to something else.
Yeah.
And that's the fun thing about personal training is that it's so tailored to you, to the individual. I think a lot of people are scared of personal training because they're intimidated by,
They're afraid
a
someone's
super
gonna be
fit
yelling at
trainer.
them.
Yeah,
That's what you
yelling
see
at
on
them.
TV.
Yeah.
There's somebody
It is.
Well,
for-
and I've also seen a lot of personal trainers working at like different gyms around town where I'm like, do you know anything about health? Because you don't look like it right now.
We see that too.
You know, and that's frustrating because I'm
see
like,
that
I don't
too.
want to be taking health advice from someone who clearly
Absolutely.
doesn't take their own health advice.
So I would give you like a couple of things to look for if you're going to look for a personal trainer. Number one, their credentials.
Okay.
They need to either be certified and or have a degree in health and human performance field. So anything that's like kinesiology, exercise physiology, health and human performance, or have good certifications. You can look any of those up online. Some really good ones are ACSM, CSCS. Yeah, those.
And they'll have like a list of trainers that are certified through them.
They will. You can go to their
Okay.
websites, and they typically will list trainers in your area that are certified.
nice.
Yeah.
Or you can click, like on our website, we have like bios of our trainers and what their certifications are.
Okay.
So it'll have a bio, and then you can, kind of look through and see what their experience is. But the other thing is that, like, I've met trainers who have PhDs in exercise physiology and still don't know necessarily what they're doing. And these may be the trainers you see who are out of shape, and maybe it's because they're so academically dense that they haven't really
they don't
focused on
have
their
that.
personal fitness.
Yeah.
And to that, I always say, if you can motivate yourself as a trainer, you'll be able to motivate someone else. If you can't, you won't be able to motivate someone else.
Yeah.
You just won't.
Yeah.
Because there's an internal intensity and motivation that a trainer has to have
Yeah.
in order to
Well,
properly motivate their clients.
If I'm doing work and I'm pushing myself really hard and there's someone with a beer belly hanging out
You're not
over
gonna be
me
motivated
saying,
by that. Yeah.
do this, you need to do this, I'm sitting there thinking, why aren't you doing this with me? Clearly you need this
Yeah.
more than me right now.
Yeah.
Like, why are you not down here with me?
Yeah, no, I always
That
like
was
to,
probably kind of
I
weird.
always give this to my clients is,
That's good.
they know that I'm not going to ask them to do anything that
Yeah.
I can't do. I can do everything times 10 that you can do. Bring
I
it
like
at me.
that.
Let's
It
do it.
gives me something to work
yeah.
towards.
Yeah, it does. And
Be a
it'll
leader.
motivate
Yeah.
you to step
Yeah,
it up.
exactly.
But at the same time, we may not have people come in who, like, I had an 83-year-old golfer last year.
Oh.
We did, 2 sets of things, mild. The goal with her was not to have her deadlift as much as she could. I did have her deadlift, but it was with, 20-pound dumbbell.
Yeah.
It was modified to her, and then on the other hand, I've got a guy who comes in 4 days a week, and he wants me to take him to the brink of vomiting. Like, he does. He likes that
Sometimes
intensity.
I like that, but not all the time.
Yeah, he likes
Every
that
once in a while.
intensity. And that's the thing, like, people need to look at the credentials of your trainer, check out their background, their experiences. And I always encourage people to come in and let's have a talk before you even decide to train with us. I want to know about you. I want to know where I need to meet Hannah.
Yeah.
Where do I need to meet Hannah to give her the best results possible?
Yeah. You just can't get that in a class. I mean, they
That's
can't
that's
physically
the yeah.
pay attention to each person in there. And then if the class is like 10, that's one thing. They can pay. When they go to 15, 20, 30, you're
lost
going to
in the
have
crowd.
Oh, I
injuries.
always try to sneak in the times when there's less people. I know the times.
Yeah.
But more more likely to have an injury, more
Yeah.
less likely to catch someone's form. They're going to train
Well,
improperly, so
yeah.
you're actually training. Their mechanics are being trained improperly. So when they do have to move quickly, that's similar to that. They're going to move improperly. I mean, your body just emulates what it's trained to do. So if you're training, if no one's giving you the instruction, so
Yeah.
that's not to say you can't get that in a class, but it's just diluted because you
hard.
have
Yeah.
30 people in a one room,
And
one
most-
instructor.
Most instructors are not necessarily specifically like they're not specific from the health and wellness field. Like they may be teachers who do this for a side job, or they
Yeah.
may be which doesn't mean that they're not good.
Yeah.
But they may not have as much experience in biomechanical movement and understanding health risks as others. An example, this is what kind of really set me off with I need people around me who know what they're doing, who work with me, who know what they're doing. I was teaching a spin class one time, and one of my regulars had a TIA, a minor stroke, on the bike. Now, if I'd not had any experience
Yeah.
in what that looks like, then he could have died. So, you know, it's one of those things of going, stop, get him care, get him help,
Yeah.
and take care of him. Whereas a lot of times, you know, if you've got the wrong form, they don't know. Not that they're not all, not that they're not all, you know, not educated, but
Yeah.
there are some great classes in town. There's some really great classes in town, but just kind of filter through those. And you seem to have enough body awareness and self-awareness to know your limits, which is good. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
I don't always listen to those limits as I'm learning today. Gonna go home and ice my body when I get home, but
Hannah.
I do. Like I know I have limits,
You're
but that
too young
also
for that.
comes from
You are
like
too young for that.
oh, don't give me that. That comes from like years of doing like dance and always being really physically active growing up and really learning to listen to my body. And especially as I've been getting older, you know, learning more and more to listen to my body, because I don't want to get some injury now while I'm younger and then 15 years down the road it flares up.
Yeah.
And, you know, I've already gone past the point of it being,
Right.
yeah.
As you get older, your warm-up gets longer.
It does.
My warm-up is like almost as long as my workout now. It's like as you get older, it's, well, not quite, but it's, you just learn to warm up, learn how to move those things that are injuries, because you are bound when you move. I mean, we all at some point will have something that hurts or get injured. You can either do it exercising or do it from not exercising, but you're bound to have something that is quirky.
I
And so
injured myself doing a music video like a month ago.
Right. Yeah.
How does that happen?
But so you kind of learn how to warm those up, work
Yeah.
through them, make sure they're ready to move, and those are things that a trainer would walk you through.